Hey there, how's it going? Cat up here. So since I did a video last on how to do roles for the Cypher system in Foundry Virtual Tabletop, there's been some updates, dramatically overhauling how you roll everything, basically. Now, don't get me wrong, it's been a dramatic improvement, but it is very different compared to what it used to be. So we're going to get into it, and I'm basically going to redo the video on how you roll things for the Cypher system in Foundry Virtual Tabletop. So come on, let's get to it. Try it out, shall we? So here we have the setup for what I'm going to be doing in the Sunday games coming up very soon. My group has voted to do some world building in this like sort of isekai online MMO, sort of like a Sword Art Online type of thing, if you're familiar at all with anime type stuff, if you're enough of a weeaboo, just like the rest of us. But nevertheless, this is what we're going to go with. I've got a couple of tokens on here. One of the characters for the one shot, I've got to acclimatize some of the players to the Cypher system, Helena. And with Helena, I've got a couple of orcs to go along with her. So let's go through everything here with Helena, her character sheet, and how you roll for that. After all, in the Cypher system, the players basically do all the rolling. So we need to know how you're going to roll attacks and defense and initiatives and abilities and all of this. All right, let's get into it. Here we have Helena's character sheet, and as you can see, we've got pretty much all the same stuff that it was before. It's not really changed in this part of the interface. So if you're familiar with the Cypher system video from before, or just having used it in Foundry, none of this has really changed. So we can just continue on from here. Now we're going to start out with, say, a feat of strength skill. She wants to like push the orc brute that's in front of her. You can see this is a skill about, well, feats of strength. If we look in the description here, you see she's trained, and you see that it is set as a might check by default, because it is feats of strength. And so forth. Now, how do we roll this? Well, it's easy. Just like before, it's the D20. Brings up the roll interface, but you're going to notice it's dramatically different from what it was. This is a little prettier. Now we see the default pool is might, the skill level is trained, just like before, and it shows a bit more of a summary to the side. So if you wish to apply an asset, you can do so. Just click it like this, and it shows you that it has eased the task by now 2 steps, one for trained and one for asset. Handy. I like it. You can also effort to ease task. Go down, I'm going to select one level of effort. You now see it has eased by 3 steps, and the total cost is a might of 1. This is because we have an edge of 2 in that might stat. If you want to know more about how that works, go see the other videos about edge and effort. You see, if we bring it to effort of 2, because our effort score is still 1, it now gives you a warning that you have too many levels of effort applied. So if we backscale that to 1, the warning goes away. This is very good. Same thing if we apply effort in a different area, like for other uses. Too many levels of effort, once again, applied, and it gives you this warning about it. Well, you see, if we clear it out and we move the level of effort to be in something different, like effort for other uses, the warning's not there because we're still only using 1 total level of effort. If for some reason the GM says that there's a circumstance or something that would ease the task or something like that, then you can apply it here by easing the task. You can also apply a hindrance to the task by just switching this eased by to hindered by. You can add a bonus or penalty to the roll, although this is very rare. In the past, I'd say several campaigns that I've run, I don't think I've actually had a circumstance where I've used this, but theoretically there are rules somewhere that probably do. I haven't seen it myself. Then you just click roll, and it rolls. You can see from the side here, it gives you the breakdown just like before of everything that goes on, and then right at the bottom it says ease task by 4 steps, beats a difficulty of 4. Awesome, which is good because we would have rolled a 0 otherwise. One thing I do wish is I really hope one day maybe the formatting will change so that eased by 4 steps is significantly larger than the rest of the chat, since that's the part that's important, not the 2 that was rolled, but we'll see. Now getting into combat. Combat, rolling a combat skill, is just like rolling anything else. You click the D20, you go in this case our unarmed, because I'm not sure if it'll be speed or might on the attack, is not set, so we do need to set it to might. And we can do all the usuals, effort to ease task, effort for other uses, damage. If you have too many levels of effort applied, it will give you the warning just like before. Here you can now apply effort for extra damage, since we're actually dealing damage with this, and you can see that the damage breakdown in the summary actually goes up, and it tells you exactly what you're going to be doing. Click to roll and you'll see, oh, awesome roll, mega roll, and you can see that we beat a difficulty of 9, 6 by normal, and then it was eased by 3. Awesome. Let's get into the abilities and see if it's any different. Because, guess what? It's not. Cypher's really the same thing no matter where you are. So we see our bash ability, which costs 1 might. We click on the little icon. I'm not sure why they have the icon to be different, but it brings up the roll thing here, so we can do the bash. Now we see the pummeling melee attack from the bash does our normal damage 1 less. So our normal damage for our unarmed strike is 5. So we're going to manually put in 4 here. You could preemptively put this into this ability if you want. However, with this character, we never know if it's from her unarmed attack or if she picks up a club or something like this. So it's good to, in this case, not have the predefined damage. But here we're going to put 4. I'm not really going to bother adjusting this at all. And there we go. You can see the damage that we did was 7. You can see we hit a difficulty of 4. We look at the Orc Brute that we got here, which is a difficulty of 3, and you see, hey, we did it. We beat him. We apply the damage to the Orc Brute. Now you see there's no rolls for this types of stuff within the equipment notes or description. Even if you have a sword in equipment, there's no roll appended to that. You have to have the attack from the sword in the combat. This is why in my personal setup, I'll have the equipment piece for the sword, and then in the description to it, I'll link to, say, like a light, medium, or heavy attack, or something specific to that weapon that the player can then drag into their combat area. And don't forget about initiative. When we start a combat, and we've got other critters in the combat there, just go to your initiative skill, and you should generally set one up for each character if you can. And when you click initiative, it's just like any other roll. You can apply effort or do whatever you need to do, and click it, and we roll, and it automatically puts us into the initiative. And finally, the last place that we can roll is straight from one of the stat pools. Once again, looks just like everything else. Here we're going to roll a straight might. Didn't roll so great, but c'est la vie, we didn't apply any levels of effort. But you can see it's just like rolling from a combat, it's just like rolling from a skill, it's just like rolling from an ability. Those are the main 4 places you can roll from. So I think that pretty much covers everything with the new rolling system in Foundry Virtual Tabletop for Cypher. Now I say new, at the point of the recording this, it's already been like this for probably a good few months now, but I wanted to make sure that there wasn't any more dramatic changes that were going to be happening to it before I made a video about it. Honestly, this is a big step up. Not that the old rolling window was terrible. It was a bit hard to track and everything, but this one is just, oh, so much nicer. Shows you the summary and the pretty picture and everything, and most importantly gives you warnings if you're applying like too many levels of effort. It's just very well done. So, as always, stay healthy, stay safe, and have a good one, eh?